We are at the stage where we either die or we rise.
You voted for them in Johannesburg.
That was in 2020.
After 2016.
And what happened? No, they voted for us too. And what happened when they were trying to control us?
You left.
We left because you see, my brother, my father, and my grandfather, they said Yabas, Yabas. You see me? I can never say Yabas.
Never say that. So,
and the people that I lead, they can't say Khimare.
It appears to me that Helen Zilla doesn't trust the PA because she feels you guys can always pick up and leave when you don't get what you want. Because
like
when
whatever
you want in the city of Johannesburg, for instance, there was a time you wanted a particular portfolio for your members, one of your members or one of your leaders to be an MMC of one of the portfolios. When they didn't give you that, you packed up and you joined the ANC.
Yes. Because I'm not here to be liked by Helen Ziller. My Dexter, my partner loves me. Why would I want her to love me? I'm not here to be liked by her. I'm not those greats that need white love. Let's be clear on that one. I will never ask her permission. I'm not there for her satisfaction. I am being invited by the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Balula, invited us. I am there. He is the principal of this agreement by virtue of the number of votes that they got. Now she wants to be... Imagine you come to a man's house, you say, no, before his wife was make food for him, you must first be consulted. That's what she's saying in general.
What would you like, because you're saying you're not going to go around and criticize President Cyril Ramaphosa if he doesn't, give you any ministry, as long as you get power somewhere. Somewhere is the legislature. So if you don't get a ministry, what would satisfy you as a patriotic alliance, as being consulted and being taken seriously by this government of national unity? Would you like a committee chair in parliament?
No, I'm not there for committee chairs. My issue is that if they don't feel they need me, where I can add value,
which is in the ministry.
I believe, people have this, particularly we black South Africans have this problem of ridiculing people when they put up their hands. Making fun of people, but the hands are down. You mustn't laugh at the person. I am saying here, I grew up in the gangs. I went to jail at a young age. I spent my whole youth in jail. I led the prison gangs, I led the gangs on the outside. They came out, I transformed my life. I understand how criminals think. I became a very successful businessman in my life. So I'm saying that I think I'm best equipped to fight crime. I understand the mafias. I understand the gangs. I'm not going to go rich. If I get appointed, let's say the president appoints me Monday morning, I already know where the first place I'm going to go to, which is the airport. Because it's a crime scene. Owatambo is a crime scene. You need to rearrange the whole airport. Because it's a crime scene. You have one little dog sniffing. There are 20,000 people passing a day. That dog can only sufficiently sniff 20,000 people. There's so many ideas that I have that I know I can fight crime. And I want to offer that to my country. And if the president feels I'm not the right person for that job, or he is a better person, I must not be angry. But I have the right to say, no, we're going to set this one out. Because we also don't want what Helen Zell is doing with the ANC now to happen to us. Voters are looking at us. And she has just detailed paying the ANC big time. That they must report to. Imagine people go past the DA and vote ANC to hear a week thereafter that the very ANC they voted for can't move. What I'm speaking to, it is racism, it is this white supremacist attitude that she has. She has no business. She's not only embarrassing Cyril Ramaphosa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, she's also embarrassing her own president. In the PA, imagine if one of the negotiators go and talk this nonsense. In the PA, the negotiator will be gone. So she must be gone.
If the president asked you, motivate why I must appoint you the Home Affairs Minister, what would you explain to us now what you would do if you are police ministry and where you would focus on? What fundamental changes would you bring about if you are appointed Home Affairs Minister?
Brother, the issue that we don't want to accept in this country is that when we say Abahambe, we're not just talking about deportation. We're talking about job creation. When you have, let's say, people say there's 12 million illegal foreigners, and let's just be more reasonable for the sake of this argument. Let's say there's 6 million. Of that 6 million, 2 million are criminals, that I can tell you. 2 million are still looking for a job. 2 million have some of the government departments.
Oh,
So once you must deport them, you've immediately solved 3 problems. Problem number 1, there's 2 million jobs. That's in the market. That's on the market. Secondly, you immediately make sure that 2 million criminals are out. Thirdly, these people, load shedding, you're using the load on the grid. Because now the grid does not provide for 2 million people. I can go further. Hospital lines will get shorter. These people apply for RDP houses. They apply for RAF, the road accident fund.
Because the Constitution allows for it.
No, but the Constitution doesn't allow for it, my brother.
That's what the RAF is trying to change right
The
now.
Constitution doesn't allow for a criminal to claim from them that he didn't here. The Constitution does not recognize you unless you claim with asylum.
Yeah.
And the asylum, you can't jump from Nigeria. As the law of seeking asylum is very clear. You go to your neighboring country. Are we the neighboring country of Nigeria?
Yeah. I mean, you make a good point. I'm just saying that the RAF president, in fact, is trying to fight it in the Constitutional Court now because what the legislation says actually allows that any foreigner here who is in an accident in South Africa can actually apply for RAF. And the CU is trying to fight that because he feels that there are people that may be illegal that may benefit